Okay, great. Today we are going to start with creating a template for brackets that we are going to use on the C channels of the REV system for robotics, the FTC REV system. So if you take the measurements of the FTC REV system, you will see that, well, for what I'm going to do anyway, it's going to be 40 millimeters wide and 45 high, and that's the height of the C channel. So let's do that. We'll make a 40 by 45 block, something like that. You right click when you're done dragging it, so you use that rectangle tool, drag it, and then we do the measurements, we do the constraints. That would be 45 and this would be 40. That's the width that I want the thing with. Okay, so this template I'm going to use. So I'm going to save the template and then work from the template on to create the bracket. So first of all, we've got, according to the holes inside this thing, we've got 4 different holes that we can use. One here at the bottom, one at the top, and then left, right. So let's see if we can get the holes correct. So I'm going to use the circle tool, and it's roughly about there. So make a circle, and then we are going to make a circle somewhere around here, and we'll make one somewhere around there, and we'll make one somewhere around there. We will figure that one out just now. So first of all, we know that the distance from here to there should be in the middle, so that should be 20. So we'll set all the distances to the right, 20. So we'll make it 20 like that. That is the horizontal distance, and that one also will set it. You see, I click on that one, I'll click on that one, I'll set the distance to 20 also. Okay, so that is the distance between these two things. So let's see, I just want to move it up a little bit so it's out of the way like that. Okay, the next thing is I'm going to set these things 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to make them equal, and then I'm going to set the size. Let's do it on this one. We'll set the size or the radius for this one at 2. I normally make it a little bit bigger than the holes for the 1.6 millimeters, just to make sure that everything fits okay. We can always tighten it a little bit more, but I found that 2 millimeters work just fine for the 3 millimeter screws that's in there. Okay, so next we are going to move this one up there, and the distance from the bottom of the C channel up to the center point here is supposed to be about 9 millimeters. So we're going to have to set it from there to there at 9 millimeters. Okay, so we've got 9 there. That's fine, that worked just great for us. So let's move that one. So this point is 20 horizontal, 9 vertical. Okay, that's number 1. Right, let's see. We are going to work the next point, this one up, according to what I've measured, up should be on vertical position. Let's just make it a little bit bigger so I can get my point there and my point there. 22,5. 22,5. That's where it should be. That means this one should also be 22,5. So we'll click there on our origin point and on that center point, and it should be 22,5. Enter. That gives us what we need there. And let's see, the distance between these 2 points, I like to work it that way. The distance between this one and this one should be about 16,5 millimeters. So, or as I measured it on the bar itself, on the C channel itself. So now we've got it there, and we'll need the distance from here, horizontal distance to there, and I believe that would be about 16.5 millimeters. So we go 16.5 millimeters. Yeah, that cannot be right. I think that might be a little bit out. No, that's not 16.5. I need another distance for this thing. Sorry, that was the wrong distance. That's, I've measured that distance. Delete. So we will just move this one back up to where it should be, and the distance between the top and the bottom one is 27.5. So from here to there is 27.5. So let's do the 27.5 first. Enter. Let's see what it looked like. Okay, and we still need a measurement. Let's see. It seems 12 millimeter from that side, so it should be 12 then from this side. So, okay, let's see, from here to there, I believe it should be 12. There we go, 12. I'm not so sure about that. It still doesn't look right. 12. I think I've got my measurements mixed up. Okay, let's do this. It shouldn't be like this, but let's do this. We measure it from that point to that point to be 12. 12. Yep, that feels a whole lot better to me. Way better. So we've got that 12 millimeter there, 16.5 there. We've got that one, and the distance between these two is like that. So we've got everything. It is also, it shows there, fully constrained. So the whole thing, the whole plate is fully constrained now. Because we are going to print this thing, and that's important to notice, because we are going to print this thing, I normally do a sort of quick setup print for this. In other words, I'll pad it, but I'm not going to pad it very thick. So I'll pad it down to about 2 millimeters to make sure that all the holes, everything fit. And this would be my template from now on. Okay, so in the first part we've created the template. Now in this part we are going to use that template and create a bracket from that template. So first we open up the template, then we go to File, Save As, and we'll just change this name to C channel bracket 1. Normally what happens is you're going to make a bracket 1 for left side or bracket 2 for the right side or something like that. So I'm just going to show you one. Save. There we go. Okay, remember I said this one should be thin. You can print it, make sure that all the holes fit where it should be. If you've done it correctly, everything should have worked just fine for now. So next in line of the things we should do is I want to open another, is to pad this thing up a little bit more. So we go there to length of pad, and we'll take it up to 5 millimeters so it's thicker. That's the first part of it. We'll pad it up like that. So after we've done that, we select this. We'll select this one and this face, and we're going to create a sketch on that face. And now you've got a choice if you want to start left side or right side. So I'm just going to start, let's say I'll start this side. So I'm going to do this, use a a rectangle tool, do this, drag it down there like that. This thing is 40, we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, so it's 40. So I want that thing to be 4 millimeter wide, so the distance from there to there should be 36, like that. And that means the distance from there to there should be 4. There we go, so that should be 4, and this up one should be 45, if I'm correctly, 40 that way, 45 like that, and we've got it fully constrained like that. See, the moment it turned green, it means it's fully constrained, so we are fine. So I'm going to close this one and pad it to 10 millimeters like that. Great. Now we've got this upright. This is to strengthen the thing. You don't have to do it, but it's to strengthen the thing because we want the bracket to be strong. So we'll just keep it like that. So we say okay, and then I'm going to select that. I want to select that line there, and I'm going to do this to strengthen it a little bit more. So I'm going to use a chamfer, and I'll set the chamfer to 2 millimeters like that, and click OK. So that means I'm strengthening this part. This is what I want to do. I want it to be stronger. Just in case, you know, this is a rough game and these parts take a lot of strain, so we want to make sure that we've got strong parts. Next, we are going to use this two phases, and we are going to create a sketch on this. So I'm going to create a sketch from here to there, and I'm going to do it full round. So again, it's just, you don't have to do it this way. There's a lot of different ways of doing things here. This is just the way that I've started to create the thing. You can do it in a solid block, make a big solid block, and then cut out what you don't need. But I've decided to start this way because it sort of worked for me when I create new parts. Later on, when I did create, when I'm used to creating the parts, I'll use solid blocks and just do the cutouts. But for now, this works for me just fine. Okay, so we've got this thing. We put it on this face here, and the length should be the length of that part, so it should be 40, and the height should be 15. That's the height that we use, 15. I say okay. So we are going to create a rectangle from this thing that is like 22 millimeters expanded to the side. So we're going to set it to 22. 22, and we say okay, there we go. So it's 22, it shows there. Great, fine. That's what we wanted for this one. Now I'm going to use this face and make a cutout, the first cutout that we're going to do. Okay, so let's try this. I'm going to do that, and again I'm going to sketch on it. So for this one I'm going to take a rectangle again, cut it out something like this. It should be about this big. So I want this thing to be 28.7, I believe, 28. Let's make it 28. 28.5. That should work just fine. 28.5, the width, how far I want to cut it out, and the height for this, or the we're going to cut it out 9 mil. So I'm going to do this 9, and then from this point to that point we're going to set it to 13 millimeters, 13 like that, and from here to there I'm going to set it to about 4.5, like so, 4.5. Now we've got the measurements again. The moment, if it's constrained correctly, you'll see you need 1 point always constrained very well before you can fix the rest of the thing. So if you've got all the distances right and you fix 1 point, the whole thing should be constrained just fine. Okay, so let's close this, and we're going to cut it out like that, and instead of just making that more, I'm going to say go straight through all like that. That will work just fine for us at the moment. Okay, so the next thing, because of the way the slider fit onto the extrusion, we need to make another cutout here. So I'm going to use this face and make a cutout there. Okay, let's go OK. I'm going to make a cutout on this side there, like that. So for this one, again, rectangle, I'm starting on this 4.7. I want this cutout to be about 13. That's what we need it to be. I think I've set it 13.3. There we go. So we'll just take it down from here to there. It might not be constrained, so we just make it 0. The 0 point, sometimes it just happens like that. And from here to there, the same distance as the previous one. It should be 4,5, I believe. There we go, 4,5. So we've got 1 point constraint. This should be 13, 13,3. There we go, 13,3. And the height of this one is the height of that box is 15. There we go. So that's what we wanted. Right. Now the depth of this cutout. So we want to cut it out that way. So we're going to use this, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's how deep we want to go. So that means that part there, that distance between that line and that line is about 4 millimeters, which is just fine. It should be strong enough for what we're doing. So we have a really strong little thing going on for us. I want to do one more thing. I want to make this one shorter because it's too big. It's going to be in the way of the arms and things that we're going to put in the slider. We don't need it that big, so I'm going to cut it out. Okay, so again, rectangle. Let's get a rectangle, and we'll do it like this. I believe I've made it about 8, so I'm going to keep with 8. The length of that line is 8, and the height is 15. We'll do 15 like that, and the distance from here to there, let's say 14. That should make it 14, and it's constrained, so close, and we'll just cut it short like that. Now it's cut short. The next part of this is to get a hole in there for the extrusion, for the nut of the extrusion, so that we can hold the extrusion tight. Okay, so let's do this. This is where it's going to get a little bit more interesting for now. I'm going to use this again, but now I'm going to change something. I'm going to use construction method. So because I need points here that work for me, so I'm going first to use a construction principle. You see, if you click there on a construction geometry, this thing's then blue. So I'm going to use this and create a place for myself where I can work, because I need it perfectly in the center, else it's not going to work. There we go. So from here to there, distance 17,75, I believe. That should be fine. If I'm not mistaken, it should be 18, but 17,75, let's think. I think 17,75 is just fine. We'll leave it like that. This length 15,5, that's what I want, and the height is 15. That's what I want also. So you'll see I've got construction geometry now, and this turns light blue. So I'm going to go out of construction geometry now. I've got points there. You can see the points that I have available. So I'm going to use these available points now and create a hole in the middle there. So I want a hole like about there. That's a little bit big, so we'll keep it like that, and not working from the origin point but from these points. I'm going to use like from here to okay, let's use this point from there to there, 7.75, 7.5, sorry, 7.5. There we go. And from there down there, and a 4 would be just fine. So 7 from the side, 4 from the top, and the size of this thing should be 1.9. enter. Normally I use 2 millimeters, but 1.9 will do just fine. It's so small a difference, it won't make a big of a difference anyway. So there we go, and we close, and I'm going to, there's our hole, and we are going to make it again through all. There we go. And the last thing we need to do with this thing is select that one, hold down the control key and select that line also. Sorry, we've got those line, that line is green, that line is green, and we're just going to use a fillet. And okay, for some other reason you don't want to compute that one. Cancel. So let's try this again. That one will, yep, it seems like we do have a problem with that. Okay, so we're not going to fillet that one. Maybe we can fillet this one. Let's see. Yep, we fillet it. There we go. And okay. So there we go. That is what the bracket looks like when it's finished. So this side is where the slider fit in, and we need this height for the slider to connect to the extrusion that run through here. I hope you enjoyed this video, and